February 11th, 2021. It's Thursday. I know what that means. We're in a little bit of a different time slot than before, but this is the time slot now. Around 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. After the other MMA shows are done, come over here. Let's talk some DraftKings. We're going to be breaking UFC 258 down. Kamaru Usman versus Gilbert Darino Burns. We're going to be breaking it down DraftKings style. We're going to be talking about what's the GPP play, what's the cash game play, what are we fading, who's the punt, who's the optimal. We're going to be breaking that down right here. So if you enjoy this, please make sure to take the time, hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you're new to the channel, and most important, share that link. Share this link to your Facebooks, to your Twitters, to copy that link, take it to your phone contacts, send it to your best friend, just tell one person. And before we dive into it, let me kick it down there to the man with the big brain, the man that's rocking his gear tonight. We got Big Brady. What's up, brother?
What's up, Mo? I mean, we have a pay-per-view this week, and you wouldn't really think it's a pay-per-view, but just by looking at the names, man. I mean, I usually am one to pay for the pay-per-view, but they're making it hard on me. I mean, Alexa Grasso, Maycee, Barber, co-main, Kelvin Gastelum, Heinisch, Maki Pitolo on the main card. I don't know, man, but of course, it's always another chance to make some money on this fine card. So ready to look forward to that. And I'm excited. So what's up, everybody in the chat? If you guys can hit the like button, that'd be awesome. And let's get into it. Let's make some money this week.
Yeah, this is a hell of a card for what the next pay-per-view after Dana was like, if we catch you streaming it, you're going down. And then they give you a horrible card, the right one, like right after Conor, they're pulling that Undertaker throat cut on you.
It's bad. It's bad.
But it is what it is. Shout out to Dana White. Dude is a killer. Before we dive into it, let's go over there, slide to the chat. We got Johnny Cardone. He was first one in the chat saying, yay. Pub Sports Radio. Shout out to you, Cardone. Check him out on Higgins Podcast. We got Millie Mills. Shout out, Squad Up. You can find him and Jacksonville Zoe and Nikki and all the boys on Tuesdays and Thursdays night covering that college basketball, that NBA basketball. Check the boys out. They're doing big things. Shout out to them. We got UFC Bro Picks. That's right. I said UFC Bro Picks. We're going to call the man by his name and not disrespect him. I'm sure he's got some phenomenal picks this week.
There you go.
There's Nikki in the chat right there. There's Captain Jack off himself. We got the kid in the building. What's up, kid? Yeah, I mean, because you're a little bit of a troll sometimes, so, but it is what it is. Shout out to you, kid. We got Sessions 519 Gaming. What up, Sesh? So we got Spencer Skaggs says howdy. So shout out to the boys. If you could share the link, hit the like, and let's dive into it. I don't know if this is the lineup 4 that is currently in motion here, but we're just going to roll with it. Let's see. Boom. Here we go. We got the first fight on the card we are going to break down is Chris Gutierrez versus Andre Ewell. Gutierrez coming in a crisp 8,400. We got Ewell coming in 7,800. Brady, what you think about this?
Yep, so I'm not going to have much interest in this fight just based off the fact that I think, especially with this new scoring system, that wrestler grapplers are very important. They score really well with this new scoring system here. And also finishers score very well. And Gutierrez and Ewell are both not either of those things. I think this fight's going to primarily play out on the feet. I don't really see either guy taking either guy down. So in a 15-minute fight where they're going to be striking most of the time, I'm probably going to fade this fight, honestly. I know it's right in that sweet spot, 7,800 to 8,400, but if they're not going to get a finish, if they're not going to get takedowns, I just don't really see them scoring well. So I'm perfectly fine with not having much of this fight or even completely fading it. The pick, I guess, is going to be Gutierrez, but even then, he's just not somebody that scores well unless he's going against Vince Morales with those leg kicks. So Gutierrez, if anything, but just not really a fight I want to target.
So as far as the slate, is this Is this a fade for you? Are you going to be having one of them in? Are you going to go, since you think Gutierrez is going to win, are you going to sneak Gutierrez in a lineup, or is this just a kapush?
Yeah, like if I'm doing 150, which I do like 150 each week, I'm probably not going to have many of, maybe like 3%. Like it's more so towards a fade because, like I said, no wrestling, grappling from either guy.
Yeah,
Not much.
both guys standing up.
Yeah.
So we are fighting in a big cage, correct? We're fighting in the big boy cage.
We're in the small Vegas cage.
Ooh,
Yep.
We're in the small boy cage. Okay, small boy cage. So we're gonna see a lot of leg kicks from Gutierrez. We're gonna see Andre Ewell using his range, pumping his jab out, throwing that 2 down the middle. I'm worried about Dre's long, lanky legs getting ate up. Dre is a homeboy of Pub Sports Radio. He's come on several times. He's definitely alum here. So I am not going to pick against Dre. I'm going to say that this fight is a fade on DraftKings, just because think about what do you get points for on DraftKings? Like you said, grappling, control time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Significant strikes. A lot of these guys, sometimes leg kicks don't count as significant strikes. Jabs don't count as significant strikes. And I think we're going to see a lot of both those in this fight. To me, full fade. Let's go to the chat real quick. We got Bibbs in the building. What up, Bibbs? She was streaming on some twitch.tv/Bibitties tonight. The Force, go check her out. We got UFC betting experience. Says Chris volume suck, but I hate Andre cardio. He does seem to gas a little bit. We got Alex Ramirez. So let's get on to this next one right here. Next up, we got Philip Rowe coming in facing Gabe Green. What you think about it, Brady?
I mean, this is a really low-profile fight. I mean, many people aren't going to know who these guys are, and I hope that just keeps the ownership down because I'm going to have a ton of this fight. Both guys are finishers. Philip Rowe and Gabe Green both have a 100% finish rate. That means neither guy has won by decision, and both guys have been finished before as well. So I come to believe that this fight's probably going to end inside the distance. Green's been finished in 2 out of his 3 losses, and Rowe's been finished out of 1 of his 2 losses. So both these guys are probably just going to stand in the ring and stand in the middle and bang until one man falls. Philip Rowe on the Contender Series was getting his ass kicked against Leon Shabazian, and then Shabazian kind of gassed out, and Rowe was able to take over and get the finish in that fight. But Gabe Green, in his short notice fight against Daniel Rodriguez, he looked pretty decent. I mean, he landed about 8 significant strikes per minute in that fight. His cardio looked decent from coming in on short notice. So I think I want both sides here. I'm more so leaning towards the Gabe Green side, but I don't know. Rowe has like a big reach advantage. I want to say it's like 7 inches, something like that. But all I know is I'm going to play both sides. This is definitely a GPP fight that you want to target because I feel like somebody's going to get finished here.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to lie to you boys. Haven't done any tape on this one, so I'm going to go with the brain. That's why they call him the brain. So you're saying you're going Philip Rowe on this one? From what I'm gathering, a lot of people seem like if they're picking a side here, they're on the green side.
So, no, I'm going green, I guess. Okay. Spencer asked in the chat, does Rowe use his range? No, he does not at all. And especially with the small cage, I think Green's gonna be able to close the distance. Yeah, I like Green here, but not all that confident in it. But what I am confident in is that it probably finishes.
There you go. That's what I like to hear. So in DraftKings, is this what we like to call a GPP play? Are you plugging this into a tourney?
Yeah, this is probably going to be one of my highest owned fights, honestly.
All right, so let's say out of 10 fights, and we know that you play more than 10 lineups because you're a big baller. You got 10 lineups. Are you going 5-5? Are you going 6-4 green?
I'd go like 9 or 5-4 in favor of Green, something like that, like 90% owned.
Okay. Ooh, I like that. You got even more fancy, huh? I like
a little bit, yeah.
There you go. I like your style. All right, so this is one that could be on the optimal. If they come out, they bang it out. Somebody gets knocked out early with some significant strikes, maybe a takedown or 2, could be on the optimal. So shout out to Brady for his expertise. Let's hit this chat up real quick. We got Big Bill Withers out here. What up, Billy? We got Alex Ramirez. We got Spot on Picks. What up, Spot? So, kid, you're frustrating me, kid. Quit, kid, quit. I'm trying not to be mean to you. You're a kid. Jesus. So, real quick, if you don't have a book, this right here is DraftKings, but this channel, the Talking Hands podcast, is we use mybookie.ag. If you don't have a code, go over there to mybookie.ag, put in code PubSports, get you a 50% bonus on your cash deposit. It must be a minimum of $99 and 100% bonus on Bitcoin deposit. Minimum $100, maximum $1,000. So let's get on to this next one, brother. Next up, we got Big Brian Kelleher coming in, facing Ricky Simone. Simone's coming in a nice, hefty 9,100 on DraftKings, and Kelleher's coming in 7,100. What you think about it, Brain?
Kind of a tough fight to call here because I feel like Simone definitely should win this one. He's going to have multiple advantages, but Kelleher's a guy you can never count out, and we've seen more than often than not Kelleher as an underdog. Getting the win. He has a nasty guillotine, and that really concerns me in that fight because what is Ricky Simone going to do? He's going to wrestle and get takedowns and get a lot of them. So he's got to really watch his neck here. But, I mean, he's live. I mean, we've seen Simone rocked on the feet more than once. We saw him knocked out by Uriah Faber. So he has to be very careful in this fight on the feet and on the mat. I'm obviously going to have a lot of Simone just because he has that really DraftKings friendly style, especially with the new point system with the control time and the takedowns. But Kelleher at 7,100, I mean, it looks pretty solid. I mean, if he can snatch up a neck, snatch up a guillotine, maybe even knock out Simone, I think he's definitely live. This is a fight I'm going to have both sides of. But honestly, the more intriguing is probably the $2,000 savings on Kelleher.
So out of that 10, I mean, what's your ratio going here? Because sitting here deep diving into these stats, and let's go back to Simone real quick. Just like you said, we know what scores on DraftKings. Let's check the numbers out, yo. 7 takedowns, 6 takedowns, almost 8 minutes of control time, almost 6 minutes of control time, and 3 minutes and 18 seconds of control time. So, I mean, that one, not so much, but these two are, even with those 6 takedowns, I mean, that's nice. He lost that, or he probably would have, I mean, he got 61 in a loss right there.
Yeah.
So that compared to Kelleher has that boom guillotine.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If you dive in on a double leg, on a blast double, on boom, he will snatch that neck up. But so I'm a little concerned in the sense of that Simone, he does like body lock takedowns, but I am concerned about him diving in on that blast double. I'm going to bet on, and not bet on as in talking about any type of sporting bet. I'm betting in my mind that he's going to switch it up and chain grapple. He's going to mix it up. Instead of going in for that double, he's going to go in on the single and then maybe chain grapple to the double, to where it's not just, because it seems like when Boom catches that guillotine, they blast right in, and it's like they dive into it. He goes with with the ridge of his wrist and forearm, just goes right into it, boom, and just snatches it up. So I'm thinking that Simone's going to be a little bit more crafty with this grappling to find it to the ground. I think he pays up for his 9,100. I think he probably scores 120, something like that, with a win. Probably a decision where he gets another 7 takedowns, 8 minutes of control time, and the whole time people that are hoping that Kelleher gets that guillotine, they're in it to the very, very end.
Yeah.
Then he probably even gets it a couple times, you know what I'm saying? But can't quite finish him. So the pick for me is Simone, and I'm probably gonna, out of 10 lineups, I'll probably play Simone. Probably, if I want to throw percent in like you, this is probably 75% play for me. I'll go 5 to what's a 75% of Simone's at 5. So what would that be the play for Kelleher? 2
2 or 3?
There you go. 2 just for the in case, and the salary savings.
Yeah.
Or like you said, is not a bad play, but I think Simone's going to pick up a decision with probably a nice 120, 130 score. So,
yep, I think whoever wins is going to score pretty high there too.
Very nice, very nice. What up? What up, Bloodthirsty? I see you, brother. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Cardone says, "Boom is that live dog."
He's always live, it seems like.
He is, man. Like there was a couple fights that I just completely was like, it's not even worth the. And then he just will just totally in your apple pie real quick. He will ruin all your hopes and dreams. Shout out to Ron Burgundy 88. What up, brother? Spencer says the guillotine, the only thing Simone has to worry about.
And that chin, and that Simone chin.
And there you go. Wham, bam, boom. And then we got the BPP of Pub Sports Radio. 31 degrees in Texas is a lot colder than 31 degrees in Wisconsin. Yeah, bro, because it's wet here, bro. Like down south, like we got that humidity. It's been cold and icy here all day. So also Hudson Gray says, what up, Brady?
What's up?
Let's get on to this next one. Next up, we got Lima. We got Bilal. Remember the name Muhammad. We got Muhammad coming in a 9,200 salary. We got Lima coming in 7,000. Just right off the jump, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I think Muhammad's going to win, but I personally don't think that he pays up for that 9,200. What you think, Brain?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you there. I mean, he has the style to, I guess, get some takedowns every once in a while. But his hands have looked improved as of late. But yeah, he's definitely not someone that's going to go out there and score a lot unless he's fighting Millender, which he scored like what? How much did he score in that one? 89. Even then, like 89. Like he's not scoring that many DraftKings points. So I'm fine with having very little of this fight. I do think Muhammad wins. At least I really hope he wins because I have him in a parlay. But as far as DraftKings goes, decent volume, decent takedowns. Is that going to be enough to end him on the optimal lineup? I don't know. I'd rather go with like a Ricky Simone who's going to have a ton of volume and a ton of takedowns. So really hard to get there for me. But I think if you're looking for a safe pick, I guess Muhammad's fine because I really don't see him losing. But as far as like upside and tournament gets to go, I'm probably not going to play all that much Muhammad. As far as Diego Lima, I mean, if he wins, I think it's going to have to be a finish. It's just he's not much of a finisher. I think he only has like a 29% finish rate. He's probably at the knockout Muhammad. I just don't see it happening. So probably very little on this fight. I'm just going to sit back and watch it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. As far as a betting play, check us out tomorrow on Talking Hands Best Bets. We will be going over the full card from start to finish, giving you any bets that we have out there right now. Any things that we see out there open, any props, any plays, any parlays, we will be covering that tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here. So as far as a bet, I see a nice little decision prop that would probably be nice for Muhammad. I haven't looked at it, but I think that's how he's going to win. DraftKings, I think that he's going to walk forward. He's going to look to try to get some takedowns, hold him up against the cage, stay behind his jab. Lima's a striker, so I see him going for some takedowns. His past 3 fights, he's got 2 takedowns each. I see him at least getting 2 here, at least 1 in the first round, 1 in the second round. He's probably going to win a decision 29-28. I do not think it scores high. I think we're going to see a lot of Bilal trying to take Lima down, holding him up against the cage, maybe some cage control time. But, yeah, as far as DK to full fade, and also Lima for 7,000, I don't think he's going to win. So if it was against somebody that I'm high on Bilal, I like Bilal. And every time I see him, just like you said, he's a nice parlay piece. You know, because you know what he's going to do. He's going to come out. He's going to grapple. He's going to strike, but he's not going to get too crazy. That's why he doesn't have a whole lot of finishes, because he's a technical dude and he's not going to risk it to get the biscuit. He just wants to get the dub. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, no, full fade for me on DK. As far as DK for you, are you playing either one of these guys? Do you like Lima at that 7K?
No, not really, man. I mean, maybe a little bit of Muhammad just because that Lima has been finished 5 times out of 7 losses, 4 by knockout. But even then, like, Muhammad's not a finisher at all. So probably like very, very little. Maybe a little bit of Muhammad, but not much.
Nice. Shout out to the chat. We appreciate you guys taking the time to rock with us tonight. Next up on the card, we got Fluffy coming in, facing Mr. Vieira, the black belt hunter. What you think about it, Brain?
Yeah, so let me ask you this. So on DraftKings, we like to target these grapplers. Grappling scores very high, especially nowadays with that new scoring system on DraftKings.
Yeah, talk to me.
And finishes score very well on DraftKings as well.
Oh, yeah.
What does Vieira do well?
He's a very good grappler that will snatch your shit off.
And a very good finisher. I mean, 100% finish rate. This dude is legit. He's built. And what I like about this guy is, we see a lot of these really good grapplers. Maybe they don't have great wrestling, great takedowns, but this guy's takedowns is pretty good. I think he's going to be the bigger guy in this fight, at least the more like the thicker guy, the stronger guy in this fight. I think he'll really have no problem taking down Anthony Hernandez and probably subbing him shortly after. Just seeing Hernandez get taken down by Marcus Perez and casually subbed by Marcus Perez. Yeah. I mean, if Perez can do it, this guy can do it. This guy's an absolute beast. So a lot of people might think that the price tag is too high at 9,300, but man, I think he's very, very live for that first round submission. They call him the black belt hunter for a reason. You
aren't lying. As we look into these stats, I think Vieira just likes that number, man. 106.
I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, it's over 93 points. He's 9,300 on DK. We at least want 93. I don't know if 106 is hitting optimal, but it just depends on how the night rolls. You know what I mean? If it's a whole night full of decisions, then 106 will probably be on the optimal. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think it should be, especially with the new scoring system. We don't see crazy high scores. I mean, last week we did, but usually we don't see them like all that crazy. So,
yeah, no, I mean, I'm right there with you. And Fluffy kind of tends to wrestle sometimes. So that's going to go right into Vieira. I just hope we don't see Vieira try to come out and be a hero. You know what I mean? And let me show my striking. Let me be that jiu-jitsu guy that comes out and be a striker. Don't do that, bro. And he almost got caught up in that last fight. He got his eye swelled up. So that ref could have very easily stopped it. We've done seen more bullshit than that. So, it seems like that ref was like, hey, man, I'm going to stop it. And Vieira was like, hold on. I'm just playing with this guy, man. Hold on. I promise. I try now, man. I promise. And he came out, and 15 seconds later, he fucked the dude up. So
yeah, I mean, the thing with Hernandez is he's a grappler himself. I mean, he's finished 71% of his wins by submission. The dude only has one knockout on his record, and that was his very first fight of his career. So I think Vieira should be fine. Just take him down, sub him shortly after. But a lot of people are saying that maybe questionable cardio on Vieira. I mean, he looked good in his last fight where he went into the second round, got a late second round sub. So I think he'll be fine.
I shout out to Jeff Slaughterhouse. He's in the chat. He said, only 2 rules: make money, have fun. That's right. That's what we like to do around here. Speaking of making money and having fun, I plugged the show tomorrow. Now let's go over to Saturday. That's right. That's like our Monday Night Raw. That's kind of what we're known to do around here, is go live, UFC events, start to finish, make live bets throughout the whole card, kick it, have fun, make money. And it all starts with tonight. So we're going to start going Thursday, Friday, Saturday. When there's a UFC event, you get 3 shows in a row. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like. And, hey, if you're suffering from any stress, anxiety, joint pain, visit Natural Heights at 1880 Nacogdoches Road in San Antonio, or call them at 210-592-1060. That's 210-592-1060. So is that right there? That's Brady. Is that what we like to call a GPP play?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's honestly fine in cash as well. He probably is going to be, I want to say, like top 3, my highest own, like top 3, maybe number 2.
Okay, yeah, no, like when we get done with this, I was going to ask you who you think your top owned of the card's going to be, because people that don't know about that, when we talk about the optimized, when we talk about the optimal, like we try to go against the grain sometimes, because you don't want to have that same exact lineup, because I'm sure the brain has come across several times. Bro, how many times have you hit first, thought you were a millionaire, and checked it, and you split that $1 million with 100,000 people like that?
Yeah, I've hit first quite a bit, and I think I want to say like the biggest win I had was when I hit first and I tied with like one other person. So there's always going to be a tie, it seems like, in MMA, unless you get like crazy different.
Yeah, no doubt. So let me hit the chat real quick. I see all you boys in the chat. Appreciate y'all taking the time. Y'all are chopping it up. Let me see if I see any new names. I would like to make sure we at least show everybody love that pops in the chat. We got Top Set out here. He says, "What's up, guys? What up, Top Set? Appreciate you dropping in." I see all you boys talking some coconut bombs in the chat. We got some Marquez talk. I think we got Cardone on Julian Marquez. We got some Barber talk. So definitely the chat is popping over here, UFC talk. So definitely appreciate you taking your time. MMA DFS is better than NBA DFS. I got screwed tonight with players ruled out before game time, says Preston Ekdahl. Do you play NBA DFS, Brady?
No, but sometimes they get ruled out after game time. So, yeah, NBA DFS is tough.
Oh, there you go. There you go. But, hey, NASCAR DFS, you're all over that, aren't you, bro?
Of course, man.
You get up to get down, a bunch of left turns. Next up on the card, we got King Bobby Green coming in facing Jim Miller. Bobby Green coming in, salary $8,900 on DraftKings. Jim Miller coming in $7,300. Before Brady breaks this down, just like he can do, I think Jim Miller's live here, but I'm going Bobby Green. I think Bobby Green's going to win a decision, but you know how he likes to in apple pie. Like, he can real quick, and a lot of times it's not his fault. It's like the judges don't like dude or something. Like, he puts on good performances. He's always going to fight for your money. I just don't know if he is going to cover that $8,900 salary. So my pick is Bobby Green. Unless you tell me something that I don't know already, full fade on this. If I'm playing this is dog or pass for me. What you think, Brain?
100% with you. I'm not playing Bobby Green at $8,900. I mean, the dude's been looking good DraftKings-wise the past couple fights, but against Alan Patrick, he took him down. Against Lena Venata, took him down. Lena a ton of significant strikes. You can't take down Jim Miller, and I just have a feeling that Bobby Green will. I mean, he was out there taking down Thiago Moises' last fight, which what sense does that make? And I'm kind of upset about it because I did have a Bobby Green by decision bet on that fight. I really thought he had it, and it is what it is, but Bobby Green probably should win. He's probably the better fighter at this point of his career. It's just like you said, you can't trust him. I wouldn't be surprised if it went to decision. Wouldn't be surprised if it was a very close fight. So if anything, I guess I'd play Jim Miller, but even then I don't have much interest in it. So I'm going to take Bobby Green for the win, just like you. But as for DraftKings, Jim Miller, maybe a little bit, but not much interest in this fight at all.
Very nice, very nice. We're about the same on that one. I like Bobby Green as a guy. He had a nice interview out there.
Yeah, I saw it.
That was a nice interview. He's a great interview. You want to root for the guy, but we're talking about DraftKings. And like you said, the past couple times, and even if he probably would have won that fight, he would have had a little bit better score. But the couple times before he would have covered his 8,900, but I just don't think he will this time. We got Bro Picks. Looks like he might be on Mr. Coconut Bombs, but he says he can't bet him. So Maki. We got Hudson Gray out here. We got Preston says Tyler Hero was supposed to play tonight. Game starts and he's out for contact tracing. They still won by 7 though, or 2. P is out here in these streets. We got Fernando saying Miller is trash.
A little bit.
Yeah, and then Mills says I got to go with Green by decision -160. So Millie Mills, you see right there, he's locking in that bet.
Yeah, I can't do that again.
Yeah, no, that one right there. Now I'm taking 2021 easy, boys. Like, I'm going with a different strategy as far as betting, and I'll touch on it more tomorrow. But I'm taking the Preston route, which Preston's getting a little crazy here lately. Preston's not taking Preston's advice and only betting on the sure thing. Preston's over here betting like fucking college baseball and shit now.
Damn.
So I'm playing. He ain't on that level yet, but I think he's betting Korean baseball. So
good luck.
Hey, shout out to Preston. Top Set says my only dog I'm interested in is so we will definitely dive into that one. Next up on the card, we got Julian Marquez. We got Maki Pitolo. We got Marquez coming in 8,700. We got Pitolo coming in 7,500. What you think about this one, Brain?
Yeah, I honestly can't understand. I'm seeing a ton of Maki Pitolo love. I'm done with this guy. He's looked awful in the UFC against Callum Potter. Remember, he came in, he got beat by Callum Potter, one of the worst UFC fighters, and then he got a win against Bird. But then he lost against Darren Stewart, giving Darren Stewart his only submission win ever. And I remember that night, Darren Stewart by submission was like plus 1600. Pretty embarrassing there, and had a pretty embarrassing performance against Impa Kasagane. It looked like he didn't want to be in there in that fight. He definitely slowed down. He didn't have any heart, it looked like, in that fight. So I'm done with the guy. I think if he loses this fight, he's honestly probably cut from the UFC. He just had an awful UFC showing so far. As far as Marquez, I guess there are some concerns. He's coming off of a really big layoff, like 2 years, 8 months. So a huge layoff, coming off of some back problems, had to get back surgery and all that. So some serious injuries there. But, all in all, I think Marquez is definitely the better fighter, but that layoff could be a factor. In this fight, as far as DraftKings go, I want to have a lot of it. I think this fight's going to finish. Both guys are finishers. Marquez has that 100% finish rate I like. Pitolo has been finished quite a bit. I know he's known for his durability, but the dude's been finished 4 times, twice by knockout, twice by submission. So I think Marquez could get a knockout. He could get a submission. And I like Marquez here a lot. It's just that concern in the back of my head of that 2 year and 8 month layoff, which could be big. It could not be. But I'm going to take Marquez here at 8,700. But if you're looking for an underdog with some upside, Marquez has never been finished, never been knocked out, never been submitted. But Pitolo has those coconut bombs, so maybe he catches them. But I do want a lot of this fight in my lineups.
Spencer Skaggs says, was Marquez hurt? Why such the long layoff?
Yeah,
he was. He was hurt. It was some back or shoulder thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he had like lower back surgery or something.
Yeah, no, whatever it was pretty serious. I heard. Shout out to Safdie. I heard Cody Safdie talking about it, and he was saying that it's a pretty serious injury. If it was anybody but Pitolo, I say that. If it was anybody that was on a higher level than Pitolo, then I might be a little bit more worried about it. But I think that this Marquez cat just wants to come out and bang. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think he's going to come out. I think he's going to bang. I think both these guys are going to stand in the center, and they're going to fucking throw bombs. And I don't see a whole bunch of wrestling going on. I don't see any jiu-jitsu unless somebody shoots and gets choked. Marquez does have a couple subs, and Maki did give Darren Stewart his first sub, right?
Embarrassing, yep.
Embarrassing. So Darren Stewart, the dentist, the guy that rearranges teeth, subbed Maki Pitolo. So if he did it, I'm sure Marquez could do it. But my pick is going to be Marquez. I just don't like fucking Maki. I think he gives it up. Just like, I don't remember who said it in the chat, but he is known to in your apple pie real quick. So as far as DraftKings, though, 7,500. Is that right?
Yep.
7,500. He can pay it off, especially if he catches Marquez second round after he's done put some damage on Marquez, clips him, hurts him. Marquez has that injury. Something goes out on him. Who knows? We're talking about fights. We don't know. Maki at 7,500 is not the worst play. Marquez at 8,700, like you said, this is going to be a finish. My pick is going to be Marquez, so I shoot it back to you. Out of 10 fights, where you going with it?
Maybe I'd say like a 5-3 in favor of Marquez, something like that. I don't want to go all in on it because there are some question marks, but like a 5-3 in favor of Marquez, something like that.
Okay. So we got Gold Caps is saying boring decision.
I think this fight will be fun, actually.
There you go. Bloodthirsty says, I think Marquez gets the finish here. So, hey, Hudson Gray, make sure you pop in tomorrow, brother, and we will definitely be talking about some odds, some props, all that goodness right here tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern. Bill Withers, he did, brother. He did. He sure did. We got Curry Ninja MMA. What up, Curry, over there from the land of the rising sun. PayPal, my money, DFS. What? I don't know if he's shooting that at you like, hey, man, you better pay me my money, DFS. Or he's like, yo, I play DFS and I get paid by PayPal. But whichever, shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you for rocking with us. Let's get on to this next one. That name kind of threw me off. I didn't expect to see that. Next up, we got the ladies. Is this the people's main event, Brady?
Maverick and Robertson. It could be. It definitely could be. I was thinking Martin, Pauliana, Viana is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. That is yeah, you're right. You're right. We got Maverick coming in, a nice mid-range 8,500. We got Robertson coming in 7,700. What you think about it, Brain?
Yeah, so another fight I feel like has good potential to finish. It seems like a lot of the Robertson fights, either she's getting the finish or getting finished herself. And in this fight, I think it's going to go one of two ways. Either it's Maverick going to be able to stop the takedowns and keep it on the feet. And if she does keep it on the feet, she has a massive advantage. Robertson's striking is just not there. We've seen her knocked out a couple times. So if she's able to keep it on the feet, I do think she probably knocks out Julian Robertson. We've seen her get hit hard and kind of quit against Maycee Barber. She did. But if Robertson's able to get a takedown here, I do think she can have some decent success. Robertson, a black belt in BJJ. And on the regional scene, I have seen Maverick taken down. I've seen her reversed. I've seen her put in some bad spots. If she does go to the mat with Robertson, she's really playing with fire. So I'm going to have both sides here. I feel like there's a good chance to finish, whether it is a Miranda Maverick KO or whether it is a Jillian Robertson sub. Robertson on DraftKings is 7,700. That's honestly intriguing to me because, like we say, we want to target those wrestler grapplers. She's someone that's really relentless with what she wants to do. She wants to go out there and get takedowns. She wants to go out there and find submissions, find a finish. So I think Robertson is a pretty intriguing play to me. But on the flip side, Maverick, same thing. If she's able to stuff the takedowns, she will be the stronger fighter. On the feet, it's just going to be her all day. So I think it can go either way. Hard to pick a side here, but I do like the fight doesn't go to decision, which we'll talk about that tomorrow. But I feel like this fight can definitely finish.
Nice. I'm right there with you. This right here, as I look at Miss Robertson, which first off, great follow on Instagram, Fojo. Check that out.
Yeah.
But second off, I'm looking at her last four, and it looks like when she wins, she gets the takedown. She got 3 takedowns in a dub versus Botello. She got 3 takedowns in a win versus Casey. Versus Barber, 0. And with a loss. Santos, 0 loss. 2 versus Frodo with the win. She got 1 with Miss Silva that she lost. But it seems like when she goes for the takedown, she gets the takedown, she gets the win.
Good point.
When she doesn't go for them at all, she ends up losing. So just like you said, this is a tale of 2 tapes. We're either going to see Robertson come in and she's going to go for body lock takedown. She's going to try to press her up against the case. She's going to try to get her down, or she's going to come out and she's going to try to strike with her. I think that she's a smart fighter. Like I think that last performance, I think Santos is just a lot better than what we thought. I think she's got strong hips, and she's just hard to take down. So this is going to be a good fight. If I'm going to play one of the 2 on DraftKings, I'm probably going to play Robertson because I could see her getting tied up with Maverick, and even if she don't get the takedown, I can see her pulling guard. And once she's in the guard, then she's going to start playing. She's going to start looking for sweeps, looking for arm bars, looking for all that stuff. And for 7,700, you can get that payoff of that sub. Then I will probably play Robertson over Maverick on DraftKings. So out of these 2 right here, what's your percentile on the 10?
I'd probably split it 50-50, maybe like 3-3 or 4-4 if I had to do 10 lineups.
Is this a GPP play?
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't really touch it in cash. I think someone's getting finished.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, brother. This is a tough one for me because I don't know if like my attraction to her is like pulling me in, but I like Robertson. But Maverick's a beast too. I mean, Maverick's. Hey, tune in tomorrow if you want my official pick. Right now, I'm saying lean to Robertson on DK.
Yep, Mills said that on the interview. Maverick said 2nd round knockout.
Ooh, man. Okay, I see you, Millie. I forgot you do got that inside. You got that inside.
Spencer asked if Robertson would beat Jojua. Yes, anybody would beat Jojua.
Yeah, she's not the best. So PayPal says, has Robertson subbed a brown belt before?
I want to say Veronica Macedo is a brown belt. She subbed her. She subbed Courtney Casey, which maybe, I don't know, is she a brown belt maybe? And then she subbed Sarah Froda. But yeah, I mean, yeah, lower level fighters for sure, but it can happen.
Shout out to Grizz35 TV. Says, I think I am doing Rivera, Usman, and Vieira parlay. Nice, Grizz. Nice. Shout out to Grizz.
Yeah, that's going to be popular.
So let's get on to this next one. Next up, we got a banger, boys. This is what the people came for. This should be the co-main event of the evening. We got Martin. We got Viana. Martin coming in a nice mid-range 8,600. We got Viana coming in 7,600. What you think about it, Brady?
Yep, definitely the people's main event here, but I actually kind of feel like it's going to be an important fight. So nobody's going to want to play this. It's a really ugly fight, Mallory Martin versus Polyana Viana. And if you just look at Martin's score on her last fight, she got absolutely almost dominated in the first round by Hannah Cifers. Cifers almost got her out of there, but she was able to kind of recover and ended up subbing Cifers in the second round there. Viana is somebody that lost to Hannah Cifers. She lost to JJ Aldrich. She lost to Veronica Macedo. So I don't know. I think Viana's pretty terrible, honestly. I got to go with Martin here just because she's going to be the much stronger fighter. She's a really good wrestler, really good top control, really good ground and pound. And Viana's going to willingly give up the takedown. She wants to fight off of her back. So, yeah, I like Martin in this fight. As far as DraftKings scoring goes, I think she's going to have a lot of takedowns. I think she's going to get a lot of top control. But as you know and as I know, we've seen it more than not. Armbar from guard, I think that's a huge possibility in this fight, that armbar from guard from Viana. So Viana's somebody that actually has a 100% finish rate for the women's division, 100%. So definitely a fight I do want to target, whether it is Martin getting a lot of top control, a lot of takedowns, maybe a ground and pound victory. Maybe she subs Viana. Viana got subbed by Veronica Macedo, which is kind of embarrassing there. Or maybe Viana 7,600, maybe she finds a sub off her back. She has some finishes by knockout as well. So, yeah, this is definitely a fight I want to target. I lean to the Martin side, but the 7,600 of Viana I think is really intriguing because I don't think many people are going to play her.
Yeah, no, true that. A lot of people are going to see these names and they're going to just full fade. This is a pay-per-view. Degenerate gamblers are looking for something to bet on. They're going to go out there. They're not going to know these names. They're going to be like, this is women's low level. Going to full fade. No, guys. This screams armbar from guard all day.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? This screams Mallory Martin taking down Viana pulling guard, Viana working her armbar shit, or Mallory Martin finding some kind of sub, something like that. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this. Brady broke it down for you. Probably right now, if I was going to play one, it would be dog or pass. It would be Viana for that armbar. I think if Martin wins, probably going to be a decision. I don't know if she pays up for that 8,600, but would this be so this is a GPP play for you as well?
Yeah, definitely. I probably will have a decent amount of it. Martin is a brown belt herself, both are brown belts. So, and we've seen Polyana Viana get finished before. So I don't know. I think that Martin either wins a decision or maybe like a ground and pound victory, something like that. Maybe she finds a sub as well.
There you go. Breakdown from the brain. Let's go over here to the chat real quick. We got a couple other people in here. We got 36 people in here. We appreciate y'all taking the time to rock with us on this Thursday night. Could be anywhere but you're over here rocking with us. We will be here. The official time is this day, this time from here on out. So make sure you schedule this one out. So let's see. We got Alex Ramirez says about the last fight, MMA Unhinged, which is Millie Mills' co-pilot. He says interview with Robertson says that she says she's going to sub Maverick in the second round. So maybe the second round is the play.
That's what I like to hear because I have the under in that fight. So I don't care. Maverick knock her out, Robertson sub her. I don't care. Just somebody get the finish.
That's right. And I think her hair and her abute is blinding me because I like what betting experience right here says. Maverick is too strong for her, similar to Santos. Once he says that right there, it clicks in my mind. Boom, he's right. Go look at Maverick, bro. Maverick is a beast. Like she is Jack City, and she's just going to be too strong. That's another reason why I think Jillian Robertson's so man, she's like girly. You know what I'm saying? Like she is like built like a really fit girl, and I mean, shout out to Mav, but people girls like Santos and Maverick are Jack City, bro. You know what I mean? And eating salads all day. So hey, I'm going I'm going. I'm switching my pick here on that one. I'm going Maverick. I think the booty was bringing me in on that.
It gets you. It really does.
It do it again every time, bro.
Yep.
Shout out to GTM in the streets. Gregory T. Moran out here. What's up, Mo and Brady? What up, bro? We got Chapino Picks out here. Says, what's good? What's good? Good, brother. We got Chapino out here. So we got Preston says Viana still in the UFC. Interesting. Cheers, fellas. We live. Hey, shout out to you, Go Caps. So we got Aldo Estrada out here. We got Danny Sejo. We got Bibbs out here. Them booties. Them booties is where it's at. Them booties. So shout out to you, Bibbs. Hey, Bibbs. Hey, don't let people talk crazy to you either. Hey, get them in line, Bibbs. So next up on the card, we got a fight that was canceled. We had, and I was looking so forward to that one. Jimmy Rivera, Pedro Munoz. I'm sure it will come back around, and we will talk about it then, but that was going to be a banger. We got the third from the main. We got Ian Heinisch. We got Kelvin Gastelum. Gastelum's coming in 8,800. Ian Heinisch is coming in 7,400. What you think about it, Brain?
Yeah, from a DraftKings standpoint, not much interest in this. Heinisch is a really tough guy. I want to say he's never been knocked out. Gastelum does have that power, though. This is just a big step down in competition from, with Kelvin Gastelum, somebody that's been fighting guys like Israel Adesanya, Jack Hermanson, Darren Till, guys like that, and going to fight Heinisch here. But I think Gastelum's probably going to win. I don't really see him knocking out Heinisch, so I probably see this going to decision. So probably 8,800 is probably a little bit too much for me. I want to target the other fights. And as far as Heinisch, 7,400, just not somebody that typically scores high on DraftKings unless it's like a Gerald Mearshart, which he knocked out in like 20 seconds there. But yeah, as far as this fight, not much interest for me. Probably going to have very little, if not just completely fade it.
Yeah, this one right here. I mean, Kelvin fights good fighters, bro. Jacare, he beat Jacare, was his last dub, but then he fought Izzy. Then he fought Till. Then he fought Hermanson. So, dude's been fighting the creme de la creme. You know what I'm saying? Then we have Ian Heinisch. I've never been the highest on Ian Heinisch. He's just a regular fighter to me that he has a lot of heart and he can strike. He can come in. He can grapple some. He likes to do like a lot of those Amari rolls where he tries to be creative and do some rolls and stuff. I just don't think that he's that great, but he did come out. He beat GM3, which, I mean, who's GM3? He scored 109, 2 losses, 44-25, and then a win versus Carlos Jr., 67. That makes me want to throw up in my mouth. If you win and you score 67, get out of here.
Yeah, not a good DraftKings.
Not good. That right there is all I needed to see right there. Ian Heinisch coming in 7,400. Shit, that shows me right there. Even if he goes through a decision and wins, he could still score less than fucking his 74 points that I need him to score. At least Kelvin's going to come out. He's going to stand out. He's going to stand in the pocket. He's going to throw combos. He's going to walk forward. He can grapple. But for that 8,800, to me, I don't think he scores 88 points. I think Kelvin wins a decision. He could lose one round, 29-28. Ian has heart, so I think he's going to be able to take whatever Kelvin brings. But to me, as far as a DraftKings, this fight right here, full fade. I don't want nothing to do with the dog. I don't want nothing to do with the favorite. What about you? 10 out of 10 fights. Are you rostering either one of these guys?
Honestly, man, I think it might be if I was doing 10 lives, it'd probably be a 0-0 for me.
Yeah, this is one of the few ones that is straight up 0-0 to me. Yeah. I don't really see value in either side. Jeff Slaughterhouse, Big Bibbs out here. Danny Sejo, appreciate y'all. Millie Mills, the crew out here. Get on to this co-main event of the evening. We got the future is what she calls herself, Maycee Barber. We got Grasso coming in. She's very nice. Grasso's coming in 8,300. Barber's coming in 7,900. What you think about it, Brandon?
Yeah, I mean, this is probably, in my opinion, it's got to be like the closest fight on the card. Um, yeah, I mean, as far as drafting goes, 7,900 for Maycee Barber is pretty intriguing. She's a really good finisher. Grasso's never been knocked out, but there is a first for everything. In this fight, I think on the feet, I actually favor Grasso in the striking. Barber is just so hittable. I remember her losing a round to JJ Aldridge is a really bad sign there. But I think where this fight's going to be won and lost, and a lot of people aren't really talking about this, I think Barber's going to go to that ground game. I think she's going to get takedowns. I know we haven't seen it much in her career. I think she has like one takedown so far in her career, but she really hasn't needed to use it all that much. Against Julian and Robertson, obviously you don't want to take her down. Against Hannah Cipher, she took her down and finished her shortly after with ground and pound. So Grasso has shown weaknesses in her ground game. So I think Barber knows that, and she's training at a pretty good camp, and I think she's going to get takedowns here. And I think that's what's going to decide the fight. Like on the feet, it's so sketchy. Barber's so hittable, and Grasso's hands are really sharp. But I do think that Barber's going to be the stronger fighter, the bigger fighter. Clinch Grasso up against the cage, take her down. I think that's where she's going to win the fight. If Barber does not go for takedowns, that's when I have a little bit of interest in Grasso. But 8,300, probably going to throw a lot of volume. I don't really expect her to get a finish on Barber. I don't really expect her to get any grappling points, takedown points, control time. So I guess if anything, I really like Maycee Barber 7,900. I think she has finish upside. I think she has takedown upside. She has finished 88% of her wins, which is pretty insane to think about. So yeah, give me Barber 7,900 here.
Give me Barber all day, son. Especially at that 7,900. We're talking DK right now. I like Grasso. Like, I don't want to act like, oh, she's going to come out, she's going to smash. Because Grasso comes out and she throws up tons of volume. Like, that's what she does. Like, right here, she came out, she threw up 123 significant strikes versus Kim, 103 versus Esparza in a loss, 163 versus KK, 121 versus Marcos, 120 versus Clark. She throws volume. And so I think she can come out and she can win like 2 of the 3 rounds. You know what I mean? Like, she can come out and she can win off volume on the 2 out of the 3. But I just think Barber's going to come out, and the key word you use to me is clinch. I think Barber's going to clinch her up, because you've seen her in the clinch. She's like so slick. Like, you know, she'll go like tie plum. She'll transition to single, and she'll throw elbows off the break. I mean, she's nasty off the break. She throws head kicks off the break. I can see her using some takedowns, some body lock outside trips, getting her to the ground to expose that takedown defense that we've seen Grasso be a little sketchy on sometimes, which she's worked on it. She's got nice hips to be able to, and that's, I wasn't being perverted on that one. It just came out that way because she's attractive. But she's working on her hips, on sprawl down, all that. But I just think I really do think Maycee's pretty good. Like, I think she's pretty good in that division. She has good trainers. She could strike at a little bit higher volume. I think she likes to sit back and she likes to admire her work a little bit too much, but she's good. So hopefully she's worked on that. She's going to come out, and I think she's going to pick up a dub.
Yeah, I mean, if she uses her wrestling here, she has such a good path to victory. If it stays on the feet the whole time, it's going to be close.
There you go. So we got Danny says this is a pass for me. I don't know if he was talking about. I think he was talking about the Ian Heinisch fight.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, we got Bibbs says this is one hell of an awesome community. We appreciate you, Bibbs, and we're glad that you're part of the community. And if anybody else is watching and you haven't spoke up in the chat, go over there, holler at the chat, get shouted out. And if you're watching this on the replay, try to catch us live. We like to interact. We like to talk with everybody in the community. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, share this with your friends, your family, and all above. We got Zillow YT says, I can see 3 females on the optimal. So what you think about that, Brain? Can you process that through your hard drive real quick?
Yeah, I could see it too. I mean, last week I think we had 2 of them on the optimal.
Okay, I mean, them ladies just go all out. I mean,
yeah,
they will swing for the fences. We got Chipino says Maverick, Pitolo, Marquez over 1.5 rounds. Ricky Simone and Bobby Green. Those are his plays. I don't know if he's throwing them in a parlay, in a big boy parlay or what, but shout out to you, Chipino. I hope all the best. We got Aldo says he's hedging it. We got the wrench master, the general, says Maycee Barber by decision. He says Aldo says Grasso knows how to slip punches. She does. She's a nice boxer. We got Millie says took Barber 7 days ago at plus 115. He loves women's MMA. TJ Kill, shout out to you. What wrestling? I don't know, brother. Hey, Brain, what you got to say about that?
I mean, she hasn't had to use it. I mean, against Robertson, obviously you're not going to take her down. She got a takedown on Cyphers, finished the fight on the Contender Series. She got a takedown as well. And she's trained with wrestlers. She was trained with Ben Askren for the longest time. So I think if she was smart, she would use her wrestling.
There you go. That's why I was talking about the people she's trained with. It's like she's trained with the right people. She needs to evolve her game, you know. And who's a lot of people clown Askren, but dude's a beast wrestler. If anything, the only thing is a beast wrestler. So he did a good job going there. I hope that didn't even really cross my mind really until you just said that about Ben. But she's definitely going to wrestle, bro.
Dude, she needs to, like, looking back, like, you're not going to take down Roxanne Modafferi. Why would you? You're not going to take down Jillian Robertson. Why would you? On the Contender Series, she had 2 takedowns. Against Cypher, she had 1. None against Aldridge, but she did finish her. So, yeah, I think she can go to the wrestling for sure. I think it'd be smart. Really smart, too.
Yeah. Shout out to the chat. We got a couple new names after I said that. Yeah, guys. Hey, talk in the chat. Let your words be heard. We got Pac-Man Paxton says, let's get it, boys. That bread is ours for the taking. No doubt, brother. It's us against the bookies. Let's go. Home wrecker, knee knocker. Grasso doesn't know how to stuff a takedown.
63% takedown defense.
Boom, right there. Hey, what you know about that home wrecker? So, hey, hell of a name, too. Hell of a name. So, we got a main event, boys. If anybody buys the card, this is the reason why they're buying the card right here. And this, hate to break it to you, could be a boring-ass fight because we have the champion, Kamaru Usman, coming in, facing the challenger, Gilbert Darino. I didn't roll my R on that one. Darino Burns coming in. Usman coming in, 9,000. Burns coming in, 7,200. I'll go ahead and give mine just off the jump. I think that a lot of people are on Burns. They have that recency bias, and they see that 7,200, and he could come out and he could win. This is probably one of the few fights that I hope I'm wrong on my prediction because I don't like Usman, but it's just reality. And in a betting world, in a degenerate world that we live in, I like boring sometimes. I don't know about you, Brady, but I like boring. I like consistency. I like knowing that Usman's going to go for takedowns, is going to hold his opponent up against a cage. I like to know that he's strong as shit and he's going to foot stomp his opponent just to make it, let's go check his DraftKings out. My man scores on DraftKings, brother.
Yeah.
He scores. He's in 5-round fights. He has control time, and this was without that extra boost, right?
No, it's considering the new scoring here.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Crazy scores. It's insane.
Crazy scores. Like, look at that. 195 against RDA. 168 against Woodley, 130 against Colby, 156 against Jorge. My man scores crazy. And for 9,000, I think my man is definitely going to hit his 9,000. I think we're going to see a lot of control time. We're going to see some takedowns in the later rounds whenever Dorino gets a little tired. And I think people are sleeping on Usman striking. My man comes out. He threw 175 significant strikes against Colby, and they go, okay, yeah. But he hates Colby. That's why he came out trying to throw. Well, he threw 141 against Woodley. He threw 130 against Dos Anjos. So I think that Usman's the play here. I think a lot of people are seeing Gilbert, and they just are forgetting how good Usman is. I don't know. Maybe you can explain it. What you think about it, Brain?
No, I 100% agree with everything you said. Like, I get it. I get it why so many people are on Burns. Usman, like, really boring fighter. You said yourself, he's boring, but I'm with you. I love boring fighters. I love betting on boring fighters. Give me Curtis Blades all day. Give me Usman. Like, give me that. I love seeing people complaining on Twitter about the foot stomps against Jorge Masvidal.
Cry me a river, bitches.
Yeah, and I'm counting my money on here on these guys. So yeah, I love boring fighters. I love fighters that fight to a game plan. Yes, give me that all day. As far as this goes on DraftKings, we read through the scores. Like, if this new DraftKings scoring is going to favor anybody, it's going to be Kamaru Usman, somebody that gets a ton of control time, somebody that throws a ton of volume. And I'm just honestly, I'm struggling to find a path to victory for Gilbert Burns. Like, how's he going to win? Is he going to get a submission off his back? Is he going to be the first person to knock out Kamaru Usman? I don't see it, man. So I'm going to have a ton of Usman. He's probably going to be my highest own. But it's hard to count out Burns. Burns is on like a 5 or 6 fight win streak, been looking fantastic. But I got to go with Usman here. I'm going to have like 60% Usman. He's probably going to be my highest, maybe him or Vieira. But I will have some Burns as well. The thing I will say is, out of these two, if there's somebody that's going to get a finish, it's going to be from the Burns side. Usman's a decision machine. Burns, if he wins, it's going to be a submission, I guess, off his back. I think it's going to be hard to do that, but I guess it's live. So, yeah, give me Usman here. I think he's going to make it boring. I'm going to love every second of it. We're going to see a lot of crying on Twitter, the foot stomps, holding Burns against the cage for 20 minutes. We're going to see that. But, yeah, Usman should win here.
Yeah, so Zilla has a question. What's the best grappler Usman has faced besides the ghost of Damian Maia?
Damian Maia. But that was a couple of years ago, though.
Let's go. What, Colby? But there just wasn't that much grappling in it, or?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Usman, Colby.
What Zilla, I like what Zilla's doing there. He's playing the what if game. All right, so Maia, Maia was what, 40 when he fought Usman, something like that. Let's say it was a 30-year-old Damian Maia. Would have been different. We don't know. He's saying that do we think Usman is going to be able to deal with Darino's elite jiu-jitsu? He hasn't really dealt with elite jiu-jitsu except for with a 41-year-old Damian Maia. So, and then we got to put in I think Usman's a smart fighter. So I think that he knows, like I know. Probably don't want Darino on his back in his guard. If I'm going to take him down, I'm going to make my way to half guard. I'm going to make my way to side control where I'm safe. I'm not going to play in his guard. I'm not going to play this shit where I can get swept. But just like you said, he's on a hot streak. Darino, that is. Usman is too, but Gilbert's coming in, big hype train, just like TJ Kill says. Burns might be bigger hype than Hamzat.
Could be.
People are on Gilbert right now. So, I don't know. Do you think that he's going to be able to nullify that jiu-jitsu?
Danny asked who is the best grappler that Burns fought.
Oh, okay. There you go. Danny throws it back at you. I'm rubber, you're glue, bitch.
Even worse.
So, yeah, no, definitely Usman. This right here is an all-in. Whether you play Gilbert, out of 10 for me, this is probably 7 Usman, 3 Burns, just in case. No, probably 8 Usman, 2 Burns, just in case, because Burns is that nice, Chris, 7,200? Yeah, 7,200. Yeah. So let's take a look at his scores real quick. He scored 102, 106, and then 54. Get out of here, bro. Yeah, bro. He's not beating Usman, bro.
I wouldn't think so, but you never know. Crazy things have been happening this year.
There you go. You are right. Hey, we had a nice turnout tonight. We got 40 people in here. We appreciate y'all taking the time to rock with us tonight. If you enjoying this type of breakdown, this type of content, this is under the Talking Hands umbrella. That's right. And you can catch the Talking Hands UFC 258 best bets, best plays tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. 40 y'all make sure you're rocking with us tomorrow. It's going to be me, the brain, Jeff Slaughterhouse, the El Presidente, and the VPP himself, Vice President Preston. Hey, P's probably betting all the ladies' fights, probably parlaying them up. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, because you know how P rolls. He does not play no games. So that's the card broken down DraftKings style. So what we're going to try to start doing at the end of each breakdown, I'm going to start picking the brain for y'all out there. So get your pen, get your paper, take your notes. Brain, let's say you're building a GPP. Who are your must-add GPP players? We're talking tourneys. We're talking high numbers of people joining these lobbies. We want a different. We want the optimal. Give us a couple of optimal people in the GPP tourneys that you see going down.
Yeah, up top, I love Usman. We obviously read his scores off there. They're insane with his new scoring. So Usman up top, Rodolfo Vieira up top. I like those two up top. As far as underdogs, I think Maycee Barber is a really good play at 7,900. And then mid range, the 8,000. I like that Rowe and Green fight. So like that combination of four, I think is really good there.
Nice. You said okay. So you said the combination of Rowe and Green.
Yeah, either one. I think whoever wins that is going to score a ton.
Okay, nice. Okay, let's say we're building a cash game lineup. Something that you got to win 50%. You got to beat out 50% of the field. That's all you got to do, Brain. Yep. Beat out 50% of the field, double your money. Who's your must plug and play for cash games?
Yeah, I'm definitely fine with stacking Kamaru Usman and Gilbert Burns in cash because, like we said, Usman's not a finisher. He's a decision guy, and I think there's going to be a lot of volume for both sides. So I'm fine with stacking Usman and Burns, get a nice price there on Burns and cash, and then probably add Vieira in there. I think Vieira is really safe, or you can go below Muhammad if you want to be even safer there. But Vieira, and then as far as underdog, like I'd go probably Barber and cash as well.
Okay, nice. Before we get to the fades and the punt, we got Jeff Slaughterhouse says, I quit, Mo, remember? Oh, Jeff, people have short memories, bro. You didn't even say, bro, you did not say I'm going to quit YouTube if – who was it that he said that if it happens that he's going to –
Michael Johnson, I believe.
Michael Johnson. You didn't say that, boss. You didn't say that. So hopefully we get to see that pretty mug on Talking Hands tomorrow night, good brother. So, fades. I'm going to stay completely away from this fight. Who are your fades on UFC 258, Brain?
Probably the Gutierrez Ewell fight. And then the Bobby Green 8,900. And then probably the Ian Heinisch Gastelum fight. I'm not going to have much of that.
Nice. And who's your punt? Who you throwing out there? Who you playing just to hope to get?
I think Gilbert Burns is a decent punt because, like we said, he has been on a roll. If somebody's going to get a finish in the fight, it's going to be from the Gilbert Burns side. He could be the first person to knock out Usman. He could maybe sub him off his back. So I think Gilbert Burns is a fine punt play. And then Brian Kelleher is a punt you always got to look at. The dude's always alive no matter who he faces.
Ooh, you are right. He is. That is a nice punt. Kelleher is probably my punt.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I mean, Darino too, just because, but that's going to be a highly owned punt. But yeah, no, definitely Kelleher. So last question, guys. I hope you got your pen and paper ready. I hope you're taking these notes because Brain is giving you these keys. He's not even he's going to yell at me when we got off like, yo, bro, you can't be having me build these lineups. But it is what it is, bro. Y'all need to start staying tuned because I ask these hard questions. So GPP, you got one player. Who's your must? Is it Usman?
It's probably Usman.
Is Usman your must on cash too, or you got a different?
Yeah. Yep.
There you go.
For sure.
Pen and paper, boys. Pen and paper. Check that out. We appreciate the Brain coming in tonight, sharing that knowledge. We almost at that hour. We a little bit over, but we try to go around about an hour. We try to give you all of the breakdown, all of the knowledge within around about an hour. We don't want to take up too much of your time because we appreciate each and every minute you spend with us. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe. If you are not subscribed, share this link and make sure you tune back in tomorrow because who knows if the El Jefe a Presidente, Jeff Slaughterhouse, will be showing up. Who knows? So the only way you'll know is if you make sure you tune in. I will be there. The Brain will be there. VPP will be there. Who knows who else? So hopefully you will. So for the Brain. Oh, hey, Brain, let them know what you got going and where they can find you, bro.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube at DFS by the numbers, Twitter, DFS_numbers. Got my prediction video out on my channel, got my DraftKings video out, all that good stuff. And yeah, really looking forward to this card. I mean, as far as a pay-per-view, I don't really necessarily think I'm going to be paying the $70, but it should be fun. I think there's some decent fights, and I'm just ready to make some money.
Touche. And Brain, this year, 2021, I'm going to by the end of this, I'm going to have you snapping at me and yelling at me. Because, hey, if I don't give you your creds at the end, if I don't give you your 30 seconds to plug you, you better yell at me next time, bro.
All right, I got you.
We'll handle it off stream. But, hey, by 2021, the brain's going to have a snappy mouth on them. So, shout out to you, Conor Mac. I see you. And shout out to everybody that joined the chat. If you want to find me on Twitter, you can find me at MoScreenFightP1. On IG is Mo_PubSports. And on Twitch, which I'm trying to get a little bit better at, is Mo_PSR. You can find Big Show running the games on Twitch at Pub Sports Radio, all one word. And we're building a gaming team over there. We got Bibbs, we got Sessions, we got Blood, we got Mako, we got a whole squad that we're building over there. So make sure you're checking out Twitch at twitch.tv/Pub Sports Radio. Shout out to the sponsors. If you need a book, go over there to mybookie.ag. Use code PubSports. If you use cash, 50% bonus. Must be a minimum of $100. Use Bitcoin, that's 100% bonus. Also, I don't have the read in front of me and it's really long and I got to get really good at it. But also Manscaped, boys. I mean, if you're shaving your balls and you're tired of nicking them nuts, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you go over there to manscaped.com. Get you one of the lawnmower. Hey, I'm definitely from the South, boys. Lawnmower 3.0 doesn't cut them nuts. I shaved the armpits live on screen, boys, and I wasn't even looking and didn't nick or nothing. So go over there, use code PubSports, save you some money. We're going to get the read, and we're going to start nailing that read, but not right now. Stay tuned for that Saturday because that's probably going to be an adventure because that bad boy, I'm definitely going to stutter over it like Stuttering Sam. So for DFS by the numbers, Big Brain Brady, for Pub Sports Radio, this has been your boy Mo. Until tomorrow night, we're out. Peace.